Oh, you're in the dark here, Mia. You keeping my seat warm for me? Are you? That's excellent. Thank you very much for that. I'll be out in the workshop. Okay? Yeah, you stay there by the fire. Good girl. You're a good girl. Why are you looking at me like that? Anyway, I've got to go out and do some work, okay? I won't be long. If you hear any foxes out there, dash out and deal with them. Got that? Oh, such a miserable day again. Weather-wise, I mean. I'm not miserable. Although I do have my moments. I've been in the workshop and I just wondered where Mia was, and she was sitting in there in my reclining chair, bless her. I decided today to get on with making the stand for my new grindstone that I hope to acquire soon. I'm making it out of old pallet wood. This is a chisel that I picked up at the car boot sale. It's a beauty, and it's on marples. Anyone who knows chisels knows marples. Sheffield made, best in the world. Other brands are available. This is rustic sort of work. It's not what you call cabinet making quality, but I always think it does the job, my rusticity. Found a knot. No, that's not going to do my new second-hand old marble chisel much good, is it, doing that? Yeah, it's got a knot right there. Never ever go that way towards your hand when you're using a chisel. This is the correct way. But I always say rules are meant to be broken, although not at the expense of a finger. I'll get back to you on this, because it could be quite embarrassing trying to get this bit all out. Have you ever heard the expression, or is it a saying or an expression? Anyway, dull women have immaculate homes. No, dull women. Oh God. There's a thing in Trisha's house with it, a fridge magnet with it. It says, "Dull women have immaculate houses." I think it means because they spend all their time cleaning their houses, they don't have time to enjoy themselves and have fun. Anyway, the same thing could be applied to my workshop practices, because I'm so untidy. I try desperately. I've tried all my life to be tidy and it just doesn't work for me. Like this jacket, my old jacket, is covered in paint and stuff, and yet I've seen artists using the same stuff as I use and they just look immaculate. So I don't know what happened to me, but I suppose what I'm doing is I'm apologising for the state of this workshop of mine. Although when you get to my age, you shouldn't really be bothered by what people think. Well, when you're any age, you shouldn't really be too bothered by what people think of you and your personal habits and little foibles, as long as you're not doing anyone any harm. That'll do for that. As I say, it's a rustic thing I'm going for. I've done 2 of these already. Here's 2 I prepared earlier. They're gonna cut those chiseled bits out. Mortises, I think you call them. And then that goes like that. I can't work the camera when I've got these gloves on. That goes just like that. And then there's another one of these, and they hold on, hang about. Wait there a minute on your little tripod. And one half of it. Anyway, that's what I'm up to at the moment. It's organic. I make things up as I go along. Hey Bonnie, what you looking for? What you found there? Oh, you just come to see me? That's very nice. Nice to see you too. Yeah, you're a very bonny cat. You're well named. I've decided to have a little bit of a tidy up on this bench because it's getting out of hand. Goes against the grain. Anyone know what this is? Look, it's got mercury in there and 2 bare wires. I've got no idea what it is. I don't even know where it came from. I think it must have belonged to my friend Andy. My other friend Andy, not the motorbike man. I'll talk to you while I'm doing this. I've got something to tell you about. Last night I was lying in my bed and I was reading. Well, at least I was reading until I came to the end of the book. I always feel a sense of sadness when I come to the end of a good book. Last night I felt sad to finish the novel. Excuse me. It was called Night Sky and it was by Claire Francis. It really was a good read. Anyway, after I put the book to one side, I was still wide awake, so I got to thinking, which was a bit of a mistake actually. What popped into my head were thoughts about where time goes to when it's past. Yeah, I know it's a bit crazy. I nearly drove myself nuts thinking about it actually. In particular, I was thinking about the 6 seconds I have to wait when I first switch on my computer. After the 6-second wait, there's a double beep sound, and then I have to hit the F1 key, and then it connects to broadband. Go for this cable. This didn't used to happen when I first got the computer. It always went straight to broadband, so I must have upset it in some way. Anyway, now as I say, there is this 6-second wait. I wondered if I would regret losing all those 6 seconds off of my life. You know, when the time comes for me to depart this mortal coil, to pop my clogs, kick the bucket, turn up my toes, start pushing up the daisies. Of course, all these euphemisms I've been using in order to avoid saying the word, okay, I'll whisper it, death. Could it be that in my final moments I would be able to appeal to God for just a little more time? Oh, come on, God, be fair, mate. I can't leave yet. What about all those 6 seconds I had to wait for the computer to fire up? There were loads of them. Please, God, please, just have a quick counter. I bet it comes to at least another hour. Or maybe he's like a bit like a football referee and he takes lost time into account and has already added it on. Yeah, that will be it, I suppose. I can't really see the Almighty forgetting to add extra time at the end of this game called life. Oh well, just a thought. What time is it where you are? I don't know what the time is here actually. I reckon it must be about 3 o'clock-ish. So a month ago it would have been 2 o'clock. No, it would have been 4 o'clock because the clocks go back in the autumn, don't they? So we lose an hour, but we get an extra hour in bed, so that's all right. Oh, at least we get an extra hour in bed on the first morning when the clocks go back. I'm not sure if it happens every day. My mathematical dyslexia has set in again. I can't think straight. Perhaps we simply sleep during the missing hour so we don't miss it. I don't want to think about it too much because my head will explode. You know, you know, there's times when you're on a plane and you have to adjust your watch as you go through another time zone. Well, what happens to the adjusted time? I know you get it back when you come home, but what happens to it in the meantime? What would happen if you didn't come back? If you only had a one-way ticket? Is that time lost forever? Suppose it was added on time. Would you have to live the rest of your life an hour or more ahead of everyone else? That would be awkward. It would mean that you would always be eating your meals before the rest of the family. That's just one example of the chaos which would probably happen. Anyway, I think I'll leave the subject there for now, before I drive you as crazy as I am. I'll just leave you with this thought. Today is Tuesday. On the other side of the world, Australia for example, it's Monday. Now that is strange. What it means is that in Australia, you're hearing this before I've actually said it. How can that be? Maybe I've got it all wrong. I'm a little bit tired. I promise you not a drop of alcohol has passed my lips. Whew. Does make your head ache, all this thinking. I think I better find another book to read before I start thinking again. Thanks for looking in, you lot. I'm sure you found it most valuable. Bye-bye. Oh, and the result of my tidying has been that I've moved it from this bench to this bench. Ah, so Bonnie's joined you, Mia. I'm glad you're both comfortable. But I will be wanting my chair back very, very soon.